All right, hi everybody. Me and my mom shirt. Yeah, for Christmas. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, as you are, we are at the first episode review of the first anime I am doing for the winter. Stray Dogs season 4. Um, I got into Stray Dogs pretty, here and there. It was just an anime that I saw. Um, that was done by Bones, and I figured, what the hell, let me watch it. It really took off for me. It really was. I just liked the characters. I think that's the one thing. The characters in the show, in the anime, were so interesting and spontaneous and fantastic that, yeah. Now, season 3, I remember what happened to an extent. It was basically the detective agency and the port mafia, and they were going up against this other group. Now, a guy on a ship, I believe. My memory might be a little faded on that, but logistically, we are at season 4. this episode, this episode was weird. This is season 4, episode I think 38, because they're just continuing like that. It's very weird. The whole episode is in black and white. It was called The Lone Swordsman and the Detective? I was going to say detective. Because it's basically the president of the detective agency and, what's his face? You get his name right. Ranpo. The tremendous, unbelievable detective. But it's in black and white. So I'm guessing this. I don't know where this falls in the whole scheme of things because I know in the trailers I saw, the whole gimmick was that they were going to be something going on with this terrorist organization and they were going to be hunted down, detective agency. Wasn't really clear of what season 4 was going to bring. But from this episode, it's very strange because logistically, from what I'm seeing in this episode, this takes place in the past. At least I think so, because the president is a swordsman, and you have Ranpo there as a detective, and 14-year-old detective who has no parents. But basically, the episode it boils down to there's a murder to this president, and it's very windy outside too. It was kind of weird. But the president of the detective agency, Fukao, I think his name is, he's basically investigating what went down with this murder, and this guy, secretary, is there. He's got all his notes, trying to figure out who the killer is, and supposedly they caught the killer. He's over here in this closet, not saying anything, totally innocent. He's not saying anything, not getting any information from him. And then in comes Ranpo. Yeah, this guy. When I first saw Stray Dogs, this guy was hilarious as a detective. He was absolutely fantastic, But and he comes in, and they're basically he's saying who he knows who the murderer is, and go from there. Basically, it was the secretary, and I'll go from there. But this is kind of weird, this episode, because it's in black and white, and I'm like, it's very confusing. And to me, it's very confusing. But what's weird though, as you go along with the episode, when they have like a certain like flashback from the certain scenes that happened already, they show you it in color. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. Later on, though, he's eating red bean soup. I don't know what's up with red bean soup in anime. You got the whole gimmick with One Piece and Wano, and now you got in this. But anyway, he's eating the red bean soup, Rampo, and he explains to Fukawa what he is. His parents are dead. He's 14 years old. He's basically looking for a job. That's basically what it was. So he decides he has this thing. He gives him his card, and Ranpo calls him immediately. It was a funny scene, but basically what they end up doing is they go get to a client with this job where there's somebody's going to be murdered, and you could already tell this scene is kind of weird because there's a certain scene in the episode after they introduce to the client and they're trying to find out uh, what exactly is going on here. But Ranpo basically tells him this isn't a threat; it's a warning. And he even basically looks at Fukawa, president of the detective agency, and basically examines him and knows who he is and blah blah blah. He's a silence. It's kind of a weird scene, but that's where it kind of leaves off. And basically, this client, this person who's going to kill someone, is aiming at killing these actors who are on who are this play, actors for this play, one man show play that they're performing. So you already see that's what's happening, and they're gonna obviously try to find the killer before this actually happens. But it was just a weird episode. Creatively, Bones is doing it. The animation was there. I would say 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 for this one, as far as the animation is concerned. But the episode was weird. So, I would say 9 out of 10. I just feel like it's in black and white. It's the first episode of season 4. I mean, don't get me wrong. The previous season, season 3, they did have a few episodes involving that were in the past, and it was basically Danzai, his like backstory kind of thing earlier on in the season 3, I believe. But here it feels weird because okay, we're showing this in first episode. Where is this leading to? Because from my understanding, the synopsis is that the detective agency is on the run. I mean, that's from what I saw in the synopsis of this season. But it was a good episode, but very weird. So I would say 9 out of 10. Animation was good, but it just felt weird. Next week's episode seems like it's going to go into more details. We're probably going to get the same thing. It's going to be a continuation of them trying to find get this killer before he strikes one of the actors at this performance. So we'll see. I should add one thing. I took a look at a few of the other animes that have come out. There are two that caught my eye. Tomo-chan and this other one. Ice Guy and his cool colleague, female colleague. One of these, I'm probably going to say Tomo-chan, not the Ice Guy one. The Tomo-chan one, I'm going to probably do is this. It's a very interesting show because it's basically this girl who's treated as a guy, tomboy basically. And she loves this guy and she's not treated as a female. Before I end this episode review, I just want to let you guys know about that. I'll probably do a first impressions on that show. Probably after like the episode 3 or 4. And then when the show is over, I'll do an anime series review for that show. As far as everything else is concerned, I'm still looking as far as anything else that I might do reviews for. But like I said before, Trigun and Inspector Season 2, I will do episode reviews for that. This is Babankai 922. Stray Dogs is off to a weird start. Black and white? Okay, I'll deal with it. See you guys then. Peace.